Eddie Jones supports R360 as a game changer for rugby. Rugby fans gather around because there's some significant chatter in the rugby world. Eddie Jones, the head coach of Japan, has thrown his support behind the controversial R360 League, a proposal that aims to reshape the rugby landscape. Jones, a seasoned coach with experience steering teams like Australia and England, believes this rebel league could bring much-needed growth to rugby union. In recent months, we've seen discussions around R360 intensify, especially with former England center Mike Tindall being one of its key advocates. Tindall, a name synonymous with rugby glory, is pushing for a league that would make the sport more appealing globally. However, not everyone is on board. Major rugby nations, including New Zealand, South Africa, and England, recently united to oppose R360, warning that players joining the league could jeopardize their test eligibility. This is a stern reminder of how traditional rugby powers are reacting to this new wave of change. But let's take a moment to consider Jones's perspective. He argues that rugby's current club-level business model is unsustainable and that R360 could inject commercialism and excitement into the sport, similar to what World Series cricket did for cricket back in the 70s. If you're an All Blacks fan, you might be wondering how this could affect our beloved team. Would the All Black status be compromised if players start looking at alternatives like R360? Jones's comments about the need for rugby to evolve are intriguing. He points out that while test match rugby is thrilling, there's a gap for a more entertainment-driven league that can attract fans and sponsors. It's hard to argue with that, given how the game has struggled financially in many regions. When we look at the financial health of teams across the globe, it's evident that something has to change. Can R360 be the solution? It seems like a bold move, but could it also create a divide in rugby? The idea of aligning international windows, as Jones suggests, has merit. It could ensure that the best players are available for both domestic leagues and international fixtures, benefiting teams like the All Blacks, who thrive on having their top talent available. As fans, it's essential to weigh in on these developments. What do you think about Eddie Jones's support for R360? Could this be the change rugby needs? Or are we risking too much by embracing a rebel league? Comment Go All Blacks in the comments, and let's hear your thoughts. Where are you tuning in from? And how do you see the future of rugby unfolding? Is it time for a revolution, or should we stick to our roots? Drop your city and your take on the All Blacks and this R360 situation in the comments below.